Let's just start with a hard truth, shall we? Your financial situation has almost nothing to do with the economy or your boss or your past. It's a direct reflection of the signals you are broadcasting into the world. You see, you've been taught to play small, to call it being realistic. But that little whisper of doubt you've learned to accept, well, it's costing you an absolute fortune.
Now, this isn't just some feel-good quote. This is the central, almost offensive claim from Napoleon Hill's legendary work, Think and Grow Rich. He argued that your thoughts aren't just these passive, little ideas floating around in your head. No, they are blueprints. And if you learn how to direct them, you can literally architect a new reality. Not through magic, but through mechanics.
Okay, so let's dive into this with the core metaphor for this whole explainer. I want you to imagine that your mind is a broadcasting tower. Every single thought you have, especially the ones you have over and over again, is a signal being transmitted out into the universe. And here's the key. The world doesn't respond to what you wish for. It responds, mechanically, to the signal you consistently transmit.
And the implication of that is, well, it's huge. Hill figured this out by studying the absolute titans of his era for over 2 decades. And he found they didn't just want success, they expected it. Their broadcast was clear, it was powerful, and it was unwavering. And that unwavering expectation, it changed everything about how they acted, and more importantly, what they attracted. So how do we strengthen our own signal? Well, it all starts with the very first principle, desire. And I'm not talking about a mild interest or a preference, I mean a white-hot, all-consuming, burning desire. You see, a vague wish is just a weak, staticky signal that gets completely lost in the noise. But a definite, specific desire, man, that's a laser beam. Just look at the difference here. The first one just kind of drifts. It hopes. The second one, it directs. It commands. One person is waiting for conditions to be right. The other is getting up tomorrow morning and acting differently because the signal has already been set. So which signal is stronger? Which one do you think your subconscious mind is actually going to take seriously?
And this right here, this brilliantly illustrates the disconnect. We think just having a goal is enough. But the universe, and even your own subconscious mind, it responds to specificity. It needs coordinates. It needs a destination.
You know, when your desire becomes crystal clear, exactly how much, by exactly when, and in exchange for what, something inside you shifts. Your mind literally starts scanning for opportunities it was blind to before. Conversations suddenly take on new meaning. You start seeing the path, not just all the obstacles. You're no longer just hoping, you're broadcasting a command.
Now for the second signal, which builds right on top of the first. A powerful desire is absolutely essential, but it will collapse at the very first sign of trouble if you don't have faith. Now hold on, Hill isn't talking about blind religious faith here. He's talking about a conditioned state of mind. A deep-seated belief that you create through deliberate daily practice.
Just think about it. Imagine 2 entrepreneurs facing the exact same market rejection. One of them, who's broadcasting a signal of doubt, sees it as proof that it's time to quit. The other one, though, broadcasting a signal of conditioned faith, sees it as nothing more than a puzzle to be solved. Same event, totally different signal, and a radically different outcome. Faith is what turns a thought into real-world power.
So this is a question that's really worth sitting with for a minute. What are your internal signals? Are they, oh, it's too hard, or I'm not ready, or people like me just don't succeed? Because whether you realize it or not, you are conditioning yourself with every single thought. Your broadcasting tower is always on. And if you can grasp this next concept, if you can truly, deeply grasp it, the way you operate in the world will fundamentally change. This is the mechanism that underpins this entire framework.
Your subconscious mind takes orders. It doesn't judge whether they're good or bad or true or false. It simply accepts the dominant signals you feed it, and then it gets to work building a reality that matches them. It is the most powerful, obedient servant you will ever have. The only question is, what orders are you giving it? So, how do we upgrade the system, right? We have to intentionally program our tower's broadcast. And this brings us to auto-suggestion and specialized knowledge. These are the tools for taking control of the software running in your mind.
Think about it. Most of us are just passively programmed. Our broadcast is just this messy collection of news headlines, other people's opinions, and constant reruns of our own past failures. Active programming, or autosuggestion, is the act of writing your own code. It's a definite, written statement of your goal, read daily with emotion until it seeps into your subconscious and becomes the dominant signal.
And to really amplify that signal, you need fuel. But not just any fuel. You need specialized knowledge. Hill was so adamant about this. A person with 3 degrees who never applies them is just a well-decorated library. But a person who masters one specific, organized skill that solves a problem, that person becomes a force. So are you just collecting facts, or are you building leverage? Okay, so you've got a clear signal and you have the right fuel. But what happens when you hit resistance? What keeps the tower broadcasting through the storm? This is where the final principles, the engines of endurance and amplification come in. Persistence and the mastermind network.
This is just a perfect illustration of the difference. Persistence is nothing more than emotional control. It's the refusal to let temporary defeat rewrite your core broadcast. After 10 rejections, does your signal get weaker and does your goal shrink? Or does your signal hold steady while your effort increases? The data is the same. The interpretation is absolutely everything.
Your response when results are slow is the ultimate test. You either downgrade the goal to match your current circumstances, or you upgrade your identity to match the goal.
And finally, no great fortune is ever built alone. Imagine our tower again. One tower has some range, sure, but what about 10 towers, all synchronized to the exact same frequency? That creates a network that is exponentially more powerful. A mastermind alliance is signal reinforcement. Surrounding yourself with cynical people forces you to broadcast on their low frequency. But surrounding yourself with ambitious allies, that amplifies your signal to a level you could never ever reach on your own.
All right, we've covered the theory. But theory without action is delusion. It's time to move from understanding to execution. It's time to activate your tower with a simple but incredibly powerful 90-day challenge.
Here are the steps. 1. Define one crystal clear financial goal. The exact amount, the exact date, and exactly what you will give in return. 2. Write it down as if it's already done. Read it, feel it, visualize it every single morning and every single night. You have to charge it with emotion. And 3, take one concrete action, no matter how small, toward that goal every single day. Make forward motion non-negotiable.
And this is the ultimate takeaway from all of this. Doing this for 90 days isn't just about the money, it's about who you become in the process. Wealth isn't attracted to the person you are now. It's attracted to the person you become when you consistently broadcast clarity, faith, and relentless persistence. You become someone the world simply cannot ignore.
You are not waiting for an opportunity. You are tuning yourself to its frequency. Raise the signal, strengthen the tower, direct the broadcast. Now, if this shifted how you see your own potential, you already know what to do. Commit to this work, and let's start building the life most people only ever daydream about.